We're talking about the Warriors. Let's stay there because you were at the Warriors-Wizards game last night. Biggest takeaway from either team when you were watching?
Well, the biggest takeaway for me is two things. Number one, the Warriors don't get enough credit for their ability to defend. At one point in time, they had all 5 guys on the court that were 6'7" or above. When they want to lock in, they can lock in defensively. Steph can defend against smaller guards, and when you have the bigger guards up in there, at least the 4 other guys can defend. And so because they can do so, particularly on the perimeter, it forces you to attack the interior. And even if you're successful, your 2s don't outweigh their 3s. And it leaves you utterly defenseless rather. As it pertains to the Washington Wizards, what I take away from is that John Wall is going to have a really tough time. Last night was no indication, because last night, if at any time, proved that they really need him, because he's a playmaker for them and has the potential to make things easier for other guys. But prior to that, the 13 games that they had played without him, they had played better, more together, more selflessly instead of selfishly. Otto Porter, along with Kelly Oubre, had elevated their level of confidence and their play. Otto Porter was averaging like 18 points, shooting better than 52% from the field. And so when you look at it from that perspective, it's one of those situations where, and I've said this earlier, Kerry, if you are an off guard like a Jordan or a Kobe, if you're a small forward or a power forward or a center, and you lose your guy, and as a result, the teams elevate their level of play in terms of selflessness, distributing the basketball, elevating your assist, that's fine. But when you're doing that better without your star point guard, that's an indictment against the point guard, because that's the point guard's job. His job is to make sure everybody gets involved, that the offense is being run fluidly, that there's distribution of the basketball, that you're elevating the confidence of the pieces around you. And if they're doing this without John Wall better than they were doing it with John Wall, then John Wall has a decision to make when he gets back. He's clearly one of the better two-way players in the game. He's a really good guy. He's a star in this league. But when he comes back, it's a different ball game if they're winning without him. And he's going to have to make adjustments, not them. And if he doesn't, he's going to be in the eye of the storm.
All right, that was my biggest takeaway. John Wall needs to make adjustments when he comes back.